Look out! Look out! What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that?
The Bills offense coming in at 0-2, trying to get things going after a sluggish start. And the one to watch is going to be this man, their rookie wide receiver. Off to a bit of a slow start here in the early going. What do you make of that? A problem, or am I reading too much into that?
I don't think you're reading too much into it, but I think we need a bigger sample size. It's only been a couple of games so far. People know he's talented, so, they'll kick coverages in his direction. Let's give him some time and see if he can really get going, because I think he's got the potential to be a big-time player.
Darnell Savage there to make the tackle. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Allen now looks to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here's Allen to throw it. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. The slot man in motion right. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. A broken tackle there, but not a ton to show for it. Tackled just on the other side of midfield. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Now Allen again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Jaguar defense, and they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was third down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Bills had 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games. Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Allen off the play fake. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
To the air, Allen. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Allen from the gun on third down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
And he rifles one incomplete. You look at this Jaguar defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Allen going to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, it's Allen. To the sideline and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Allen to throw once more. And his throw here is incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Motion man is Shakir. Here's Allen. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the season for him. He's still kind of getting used to a new terminology, new playbook, new quarterback, you name it. But he's certainly been solid in his first month, and he's got a first down.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And again, it's Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bills are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive, because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. 2nd and 6.
At the 9-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On play action, Allen rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. And the slot man goes in motion left. To throw, it's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Black. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Allen has his man. It's Shakir. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Slot man moves right. Again, they'll throw with Allen. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Allen. And that's complete to Trey McKinney, the tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing now is Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. Now Allen. And that is incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
On 2nd and 10. Allen, throw left side, complete. That's Black. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw again. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills have moved out in front.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
So here are the Bills to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Now Allen to throw. Throwing to start the drive. Shakir hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Black. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Black. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
To the air, Allen. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Now Allen again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent. And I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them, not necessarily.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Bills going to take over again on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Allen going to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Allen to throw once more. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jags are going to get the football here at their own 23. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Allen. That's taken in by the tight end, McKinney. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. From midfield, here's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
That's another Buffalo Bills.
Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
That's another Bills first down.
To throw, it's Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills. 1st and goal.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Black. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. Now Allen. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did.